I found a build that is completely broken and it basically makes you invincible by mixing up a couple of things. It requires some planning to make it efficient and useful, but we'll go over all that in the next couple of minutes. And before we start, a thumbs up on the video would be great, and if you enjoy my content in any way, make sure to also subscribe because it really helps me. So some of you guys commented in the previous video that you want to see a full arena fight using the plants build only, so here it comes. That's exactly what we are going to cover in this video. We are going to test this build in different scenarios and see how useful and reliable it can be. We'll go for this arena first that you can find here on the map. So the first wave is just a troll. Took only a couple of seconds for the Cabbage to take him down. But man, that damage is just insane. I mean, there are certain spells that don't deal that much damage, and even if they do, you have a cooldown on them while the Cabbage frantically attacks the target and damage just jumps everywhere. The next wave was also easy because the wolves have pretty low HP. Starting from the third one, we'll also have some goblin archers on higher ground, so I want to help the Cabbage a little bit and drag those goblins down so they can enjoy the show closer. Even for the wave where we have 2 trolls spawning and a lot of enemies, I had no problems whatsoever. But if you just want to stay and watch this, grab some Edurus potions and all the damage you take will be absorbed or reflected. But it also means you'll have to invest 1 talent point into the room of requirements section for Edurus potion potency, which will make you invulnerable and deflect projectile attacks back to enemies. What's even better is that we can use a venomous tentacula every now and then to break the enemy shields and make the process a whole lot faster. And if you also want to speed the process even more, use the Mandrake when you have multiple enemy targets, and that will stun each one for a couple of seconds. The Cabbage is going to be way more efficient because you will gain more time by the fact that the Cabbage does not have to run from one enemy to another, given the fact that those combat plants have a limited duration of time. Let's also test it on enemy camps. As you can see, it only takes a couple of seconds and the camp is cleared out. You don't even need to use spells anymore because they produce carbon monoxide, which affects the ozone layer. So this build is also eco-friendly and you can go vegan and have lots of fun at the same time. But let's go into more details about the setup and how to get all the things that you need in order to really make this build work. Starting off with the traits, here's an interesting thing. I tested the trait with dedicated Cabbage increased damage and it deals half less damage compared to the trait that increased the damage for all the combat plants. So that's really interesting, at least for me. I mean, why do we even have those other dedicated traits for Cabbage, Venomous Tentacula and Mandrake if we can use this trait that increases the damage for all combat plants and moreover it doubles the damage? My guess is that this is something really broken from a technical perspective that is going to be fixed probably in the next patch, so yeah, definitely try it out before the developers will fix this issue. It's almost like a therapy session and I'm most certain you'll like it. As you can see, I have level 3 upgrades for all my gear pieces, but don't even bother about that because most of the offense capabilities come from the traits section. I like to try different builds every now and then, so that means I'll have to change the traits for my equipment every once in a while. To do that, I need 6 nasal fur for all my equipment pieces each time, so that's why I have a few of these cute cats in my room of requirements so that I can rest assured that I change my traits whenever I like to. And for the Edurus potion, we need 2 materials that we can easily find in the open world. Like they totally stand up so you'll easily spot them, and the Mangler fur drops from wolves. We'll also need a well-established farm to sustain this build, so you'll need to invest some gold to purchase some potting tables with multiple pots to enhance your production, and you can buy them from Tom & Scrolls in Hogsmeade. If you don't know how to make gold, make sure to check my gold guide video where I present 3 methods of making fast gold that will guarantee you don't have to worry about your expenses anymore. So buy some small, medium and big potting tables but with multiple pots. The Venomous Tentacula can be grown in big pots, so you can purchase the big potting tables with 2 pots instead of just 1. Cabbage can be grown in medium ones, while for the Mandrake you can use small ones. Combine that with composters to produce fertilizers and the amount you harvest for each plant will increase by 1. So every 15 minutes I'll come back to the room of requirement, take everything that I need and just go to war again. I only use the fertilizers on the Venomous Tentacula, so that means 2 potting tables and 6 fertilizers every 15 minutes. For the Cabbage I have 4 potting tables with 3 pots each, and that means 12 cabbage every 12 minutes, so no fertilizers needed, and for the Mandrake 1 potting table with 5 pots. I usually don't use Mandrake that much, so it's not bothering me having just 5 of them, because I mostly rely on Cabbage and Venomous Tentacula to do the job, and only throw 1 Mandrake every once in a while when there are too many enemies and I want to keep them in place so the Cabbage can do the dirty work. There are also some locations on the map where you can collect those plants for free in case you need some extra before you finish growing your own. And this place is called Lowlay's Cellar, if I pronounced that correctly, and you can find it here in Hogsmeade after progressing a little bit into the main story. So if you think this Cabbage build is absolutely broken and funny at the same time, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. Make sure to try it before the patch fix, cause I guess there's gonna be one soon, and until next time, thanks so much for watching and I wish you lots of fun playing Hogwarts Legacy. I leave a couple of extra combat shots with this build, so you can call it Cabbage Therapy Session. See you soon!